Hi everyone, it's Dasher Dave here again. I'm back for another crafty video. So today we are going to do, I don't know why, hang on a minute, there's 30 pence. We're not making 30 pence. We are going to make some rusty looking metal, because obviously we're doing this journal. And you know that I'm doing this journal, so it's the wrong way up. There we go. So we're doing this, and I want to make a board that goes on here, and I want it to look rusty metal like. So in order to do that, I need to create the rusty metal first. So we're going to do that. These are a couple of tags that I've just done, and I think they've turned out quite well. And I'm going to show you how I made these, and then you can go and play. So because I want to make a fairly decent size bit, I'm going to use a 12 by 12 sheet of card. I am also going to put something down on my mat so that I don't end up with stuff I need to clean off for days. I mean, I'll still have stuff to clean off for days, but it'll be less stuff to clean off for days. So I'm just going to have a sip of tea. I'll have that now before it gets distress paint in it. Well, not paint, sorry, ink. So just bear with me a second. Apologies about that. I had to cut the video because of course this is a time of year when you all start getting, well, I certainly start getting hay fever and lots of build-up of catarrh and all the horrible stuff. So like, I just thought I needed to clear my throat before I get going. Okay, so I don't have all of the colours. So every time I've watched anybody do anything with distress inks, they use very particular colours, and I don't have all of those. Literally, my distress inks consist of antique linen, barn door, aged mahogany, blueprint sketch, abandoned coral, and then I've got in the oxide spray, I've got salvaged patina, I've got brushed corduroy, rusty hinge, and walnut stain. So I don't have a lot of any of them, so I've just thought, let's make with what I've got, and that's literally what I've done. So these have been made with the colours that I have. So we're going to make some more. So I will show you what I did and how I started it off, and then we'll kind of go from there. So that's kind of the order that I went in. I didn't use any of the blueprint sketch in this because I didn't think it would go. So that goes over there, and then I'm sure I had one that was, oh yeah, there's that one, that, and then that with a bit of that, I think it was. No, it went that way. Anyway, so we're going to make a bigger version. I don't know how the bigger version is going to turn out because this is the first time I ever made this. This is the first one I made. This is the second one I made. Never made it before, so I thought, let's give it a go. So we're having a play. You're learning along the way. It wasn't meant to rhyme, but it's about that time. So it did, basically. The only thing is with this, it kind of does tend to come out in that kind of circle shape. So it's just kind of liberally didn't go too mad. I didn't want it, and I didn't want it every blob to look like the same shape. And I know it looks way too bright at the minute. But don't you worry, these are the colours that I used to get. Now I know if you kind of just do gentle squeezes, it does come out a little bit different, but it still comes out as a big splat. So see, look, it comes out as a, and I was trying to get it to stop being quite blobby, if you know what I mean. Blobby. So, and I do end up getting the paper quite drenched, so just so you're aware. It's going to get messy. Everything's going to be covered. Oh, and I thought you'd appreciate the fact that I'm wearing a white t-shirt. It's an old one, don't worry. I'm wearing a white t-shirt today. It's very warm today, but a white t-shirt did seem a bit of an odd choice when I didn't realise I was going to be doing this, to be fair. And it does get very inky, but I liked the over inkiness it had, because you get this kind of like pooling thing. And so this is the antique linen, and although you think, oh, antique linen is not really going to work, but it kind of does. It's got that kind of tone in it, and you can cover up all of the bits that are kind of still looking very white, although there's not a lot of that around. And you kind of get this kind of pooling thing, and that the pooling is fine. So somebody is missing a lid. There we go. And then I think that came last. We went in with a bit of this. Now this will sit really weirdly kind of on the surface, and it doesn't always stay, because I will be doing a pickup, and then I get a bit of rusty hinge, and I know it's getting all very swimmy, but I like how it goes. And then a bit of this. So yeah, and then the salvage patina does go on, but it goes on kind of last after we've done the rest. But it definitely picks up that kind of look. And then what I did was, as you can see here, I picked up the impression from the tag, but I'm going to do the same again with this. I didn't want it necessary to use it, but I will. But really, it was to kind of pick up any excess colour, and that's why I say some of the stuff that sits on the surface doesn't always get picked up, and you think, oh, what a waste. But I like that pattern, and I also like that pattern, and I like keeping my desk quite clean as well, but that's not going to happen, not today. Say goodbye to a clean desk, Dave. So, and if you can see the little, I don't know, you can see where it's got little spotting. It's almost like it's having something rain down on it, and what that is where it's soaking into the paper and it's suddenly drying out in that area, and that's good. We like that too, so don't get overly upset about how it appears. I'm just going to come in with another bit of a pickup cloth. I've got cloth, I say cloth, it's just a piece of brown card paper even, and just picking up the stuff from around the edges, just so we don't get a really big pooling of it at the sides. And it kind of gives it a bit of a texture when you do that. And then I'm just going to clip that off to one side on the off the camera, and that can kind of dry. So this one now, what we want it to do is we kind of want it to kind of dry, and we can check it and see where we are and that sort of thing. So in order to dry it, I'm going to put it like an abandoned car on an old brick. So normally you'd have an abandoned car on a few bricks. Oh, and the other thing I meant to say is, when you're doing this, you really should put gloves on. So what I did was I prepared some gloves, but what went wrong? I didn't put them on. Is it too late? Is it like locking the door if the horse is bolted? So possibly. I did put some talcum powder inside them, because I'd worn them previously and they were getting a bit, well, it was becoming more like a spa inside. So yeah, so it was getting a bit moist. I know you love that word. Everybody loves moist. Like I say, you just have to be glad I'm not saying moist gusset, because that's when it gets worse. And I'm not whispering into the microphone deliberately. I am just leaning over, and therefore it's happening. So now my hands look ultra pale, look like Michael Jackson now. Oh, there's a massive accumulation of talcum powder in that last finger. Anyway, enough of the talcum powder. Explanation, Dave. Over explanation. We're going to dry this off now. So, of course, it'll take longer to dry than it did last time because it's a bigger surface area. But that's fine. Not necessarily going to make you watch it. I shall dry it and come back to you. Okay, so this is the one that we did. This is the piece that we worked on, and then this is the peel off. And as you can see, they both look gorgeous. Now, I remember I didn't put any. There was none of this on my work. But yeah, it's picked up that very, very much salvage patina kind of look to it, and we haven't even got to that bit yet. So we can now add a bit more colour. Now it's a bit drier, just to give it, kind of knock it back a little bit because it's a little bit too red for me at the minute. It might be fine for you. I'm realising some of these are kind of separating a bit now. I want to get some of the rusty hinge kind of going on it, but equally I don't want it to be too... Please don't come out in one big blob. Oh, that's cool. That's fine. And then... Oh, messy. And then we're going to have some salvage patina in certain places. Again, I don't want it to look too contrived, so I'd like it in more in certain parts and less in others. So we can do that. Might try a little bit of a pickup on this. I don't know how this is going to work. It also helps to smoosh it a bit. Oh, that's brilliant. Oh, that is fabulous, amazing, cool. You see, I love how that turns out. And I think that looks very rusty metal. I mean, like, you're always going to get something a bit different. You know, you're always going to get more or less, but, you know, we can always add more in. You don't want to go over the top, that's the only thing. Well, you don't want to go over the top, but too late. Have we met? It's always going to be a little bit over the top when I'm around. So I'm just going to smoosh it in a little bit. Well, I'll tamp it down and smoosh it in at the same time. And what you'll see is where it separates, it kind of gets that browny edge, which is great because it looks much more realistic. It is looking a little contrived for my liking. I feel like it needs to have a little bit more, like, you know, like it's a panel of something that's been cut down, so therefore it's not, you're not going to get a pooling right on the edge. It's going to have been sliced off. So I'm just going to tamp it a bit, and then I'm going to dry it again. So we might have to get Mavis back into shot. Come on, Mavis. Your finest hour. Talk about 15 minutes of fame. She's had a lot more than that. So Mavis is the brick, by the way. So that's this piece. So I think I'm happy with that. Now you do get that kind of bloom over it because you're using distress oxide, which is absolutely fine. That kind of adds to that like weathered feel for me. It's the same on these. This is kind of got a bit of a bloom. But like I say, I really love it. Now, one of the extra things I did put on the other one was a bit of this, which is stuff. Oh, by the way, I think my thing sprung a leak, so there's little bits of white patches. My talcum powder gloves have kind of sprung a leak somewhere, or they're actually creating some kind of dough inside because my hands still feel very sweaty. So this is foundry wax. He says like he's informed. This is foundry wax. Having to read it. I mean, I bought these because, well, I had some money and I hadn't got them, and I thought, I saw that, you know, I'm a bit of a sucker for the the sails, the pitch, and I thought, well, I can't live without them, and I haven't used them, so I obviously could live without them. So I'm going to give these a bit of a so like when you put it out, you don't want to put a lot out because it dries quite quickly, and when you can smoosh it in with your fingers, obviously, but I don't really want to take my gloves off because then we're getting into unknown territory. So you want to kind of make it look quite organic. Oh dear, here he goes again with the organic thing. Because what you're going to do is going to kind of put it on in bits, and I don't want it to kind of be too rubbed in look. Do you know what I mean? I want it to be kind of, I don't want it to look like my finger's been on there. I want it to be just little bits that is kind of, when you smoosh things, sometimes they can have too much of a rounded edge, if you know what I mean. And if you don't, I don't know how to explain it, so you're on your own. So we want to have a few little bits of it, because you see it's dry already. You can always put more on your mat, but make sure you put your lid back on, because it will just dry otherwise. We kind of want to rub it in, and you kind of get a bit of a sheen on it, but it'll get better when we do it. I want something with a bit more texture to it though. But no, that will soak up the we don't want it to, we want it to just go on. A bit of plastic is what I'm looking for. Here we go, bit of packing. Right, bit more on there. Not a lot. Put the lid back on, Dave, because we don't want it to dry up. And it will just sit. It'll just clog in the neck of the bottle. And then we want to kind of put it a bit more scratchy on there. A bit makes it look a bit more organic rather than a fingerprint. If you see what I mean. But they did dry up very quickly. I wanted the shape really, I think, as well, because of course I've got gloves on and that should be okay, but I wanted the shape that you get from this bit more. Yeah, I like that, a bit more jagged edged. I mean, there's nothing to say that it can't be in a very rounded edge sort of way, because it's natural. Things happen like that sometimes, you know. That's why we see images in things that don't have images on them. Things form naturally. That's why, you know, there's like an image of Jesus in somebody's breakfast cereal or that sort of thing. If you know what I mean. If you don't know what I mean, then neither do I. So a bit more layer on this bit here where I've done it. Okay, so now that's going to go on. That's gone on there, and then the beauty of foundry wax is now when we heat it. So you're not going to go away this time. You're going to stay with me, because stay with me. Sorry. We're going to heat it and you can see what happens to it. So if you haven't seen foundry wax, then this is the time to experience it. So as you can see, it kind of goes a bit like, you know, when you're doing embossing, what's it called, powder, you get that, it goes metallic, it reacts to the heat. So I don't know where I've put it, so I'm going to go over the bits that I think it's got it on, and hopefully you can see how it reacts. You can see it better on the bits that are a bit thicker. hopefully you can see that. I'm trying to get my gun out of the way. There you go. And then you get this kind of copper coming through that makes it look a little bit more like it was a piece of copper that's kind of gone rusty. So that's one piece. I'm happy with that, so we'll put that to one side, and then what we'll do is we'll get this other piece in and we'll try and get this to look a bit more sorry, just bear with me. Brian's just asked me if I wanted more tea, so yes, but I really didn't like that. You didn't? Yeah. I've run out of proper tea, so I've only got this flavoured tea, which I've just had some that was, I can't remember what it was now. It was salted caramel, and it was not very nice at all. But, you know, I might just put a bit more of this on, just because we want to catch this kind of white edge, and also, you see how it just changes that colour. I mean, like, this is obviously wet at the minute, so it will look different when it's dry. Also, you kind of, it's not too much of that white bloom. That one's fine because I'm happy with the way that one looks. What else do I want to put on here? I'm sure I could have sworn I had something. Oh, let's try this. This is a brown that's a bit browner, but it's not a Tim Holtz thing. Oh, blimey, that's not even coming out very well. It's a bit like frayed burlap, I think, this one. It's really weird spray on it. It's very hard to press. It's like you're getting a finger exercise. I think we're going to put this on now. But also I think I might put some other stuff on too. Okay, oh, knock that over, Dave. Don't. So this is distress oxide, so you just need to give it a spray, because I mean a shake, because otherwise it just, all the oxidey bits just sit at the bottom of the bottle. Do I want something else a bit more? Barn door's a bit bright, maybe. It's just about playing. I mean, like, there is no, who's to say what colour your distressed metal is going to look? If anybody's ever seen old metal, they'll know that it's not, even it doesn't know the rule book. So if somebody tells you that's not how distressed metal looks, then don't listen to them, because they don't have a clue. So obviously, if you just leave that to kind of smoosh in, it will eventually, and it'll dry, and you'll get that kind of pattern. Or we can put another piece of paper or card or whatever on it and suck some of it out, or we can heat gun it. I always find if you heat gun distress oxide anyway, you get much more bloom than you would do if you didn't. But you know, I'm not, like I say, I'm not worried about how it looks. So I think I'm going to use one of these to suck it up with, or let them all fall on the floor. So this is an envelope, a giant envelope obviously. I'm going to put this on here, and I don't know, we're just going to play, and they might end up with a big square shape in the middle, which it looks like I probably will, because it's not the same size. But at the end of the day, it's mine and I don't care. So I'm just going to smoosh that out and make sure I kind of make contact, eye to eye contact. Well, don't get it in your eye. Oh, look at how fabulously beautiful that looks. By the way, this bit here, this is where the glue strip is on the back. Well, where the glue strip has been impressed into it. You see it's there. And for some reason it's leaked all of the oils out of it into here, and you don't get... It doesn't matter what you do with that bit when you paint it and that sort of thing. It doesn't really pick it up, so... The colour, not as much anyway. So, I want to kind of just dry it off a little first. Oh gosh, look at that. Isn't that the most dreamy of beautiness? That's not a term, Dave. The dreamy of beautiness. I don't think beautiness is a term, is it? A word? I'm not aware of it being a word. It is now. So, oh, maybe... You see, I was going to go in with that blue, but I think that blue is definitely going to be a bit... for my liking. So, I am going to... See what I've got... Oh no, not in there. It's all going to... I was going to say it's all going to fall over now, which you already heard. I do have some other colours, and just because we're playing. So I have some other colours here. These are aquatints. So anybody remembers aquatints? They were brought out by the people that made the markers Noir, Spectrum Noir. I think it's Crafter's Companion, isn't it? Anyway, they brought aquatints out, and these aren't all aquatints, obviously. Some of these are falling off the desk. No, some of these are acrylic sprays, and that's medium mist, which means it's going to have a bit of sparkle in it. I don't want sparkle. But I wondered if I'd got something that was... That's scarlet. That's not. Maybe, I don't know what that colour that is. And if it's sparkly, I don't want it to be sparkly. Oh. That could work, possibly. I might ruin it. Or I might not, I don't know. So that's that. Don't know what. Don't ask me what colour it is or what it is. It looked a bit opaque for it to be aquatint, but it might have been. It might have just gone off. So that might be a little bit greeny now. It's gone kind of third degree, which is fine. It's fine. It is what it is, and I am what I am. There are lots of different colours in here, but oh yeah, some of them are definitely the thingy sprays. That's an aquatint. I could tell it's an aquatint because it's got a dot on the front, because I did try to do colours. That's got stuff in it. What's that? That's definitely got mica in it, because you can see it's all separated at the bottom. All I've done is I've decanted things that have started to go a bit funny. This is kind of a... I think this is like a... What's it called? Split olive? No. Olive from On the Buses? No, not her either. It's an olive. I can't think what the olive is. Martini olive? Oh no, that's the other kit. What is it called? Crushed olive. That's the word. It's a bit crushed. I think this is a bit crushed olive. I don't know whether this is going to work either, but let me give it a go, because we've kind of gone down that third degree route, so I thought let's have a spray of this as well. And you can tell when they've been kept for a long time, because they get... I'm just spraying it into the air now. It's like it's like everywhere now, because I wanted it to kind of rain down rather than spray directly on. They kind of go a bit, you know, if you don't clean your laundry straight away, if you don't dry your laundry straight away, and it kind of goes that foisty smell. They kind of smell like that. Do you know, I quite like that. I quite like that. I think think we could have a bit more of that on there. There is an over-egging of the pudding possibility, but hey. Oh my gosh, that is looking amazeballs. I'm sure I had more. Acrylic paint, not that. Don't get the acrylic paint out, Dave. Stop. Save yourself. Aqua tints. I've got. Oh, blimey! I've clearly got more sprays than I thought. Who needs the number of sprays that I do? Me. That's who needs the number of sprays. And why are you questioning me? What have we got here? Oh, we've got jade. Oh, no, jade might not be the right colour. It's very similar to that other one I just used. This. But I think actually that is acrylic paint, acrylic spray paint, like this. Acrylic spray. But you know, we've done it now, so put that back in there. Okay, so not that one. Maybe a bit of antique, which is. Oh, see, I bought one of these that said it was antique and it wasn't. It ended up being black. Yeah, that's the one. Although that might be what it's supposed to be. No, don't put it on there, Dave. Because if you don't like it, you can't take it off. You've got more lids than you know what to do with now. There you go. That's blue. That's that. Oh, well, similar to that jadey colour. That's kind of a rusty, orangey. Oh, I was going to say it doesn't come out. Oh, it does. And please don't be afraid to just play and try it out. And if you don't like it, you know what? It's a piece of paper. And I tell you what, it might not turn out the way you wanted it to, but it probably turn out better. But you won't know that unless you give it a go, will you? I mean, like, look how deliciously gorgeousness that is. Wish I could get that to come out in a bit less of a. Oh, there you go. Put it on the mat and then pick it up from there. Using my dab off towel to be the thing that gives it the pattern. And now I'm not sure which one I'm going to use for the back of my, or the front. I can't remember whether I was going to use it for the front or the back, but you'll probably see that in the next video, which is going to be about making the thing. You don't want it to be too contrived either, Dave, so having a bit bleeding into the other is absolutely fine. No, nearly sprayed it on the work then. No, just knock them all over. Oh, I love that. I absolutely flaming love it. Flaming love it. I don't know. I think maybe, does it want more? Does it need less? If it needs less, I can't scrape it off. It's not happening. I don't know. Does it need a little bit something else? Does it need a little bit something else kind of dabbing on it? Well, we can always dab it on and see if we like it. Oh, that, you see, I like that. That's that antique linen, and actually I think that goes really well with this. So you know when they give you all of these techniques and they say you need these colours, don't. Just give it a go with what you've got and see how it turns out. There we go. Right, less is more, Dave. Not more is more. Don't put that in there, that's not where it belongs. Put a lid back on things. I have another lid here. Is there something without a lid? Yes, the distress. No, not that one. Oh heck, that one didn't go on there. That's not that one, is it? That's that one. Is it that one? No, it's that one. I've lost all of these lids. That's got a lid now. That's got a lid now. And then, does that mean that that is that? Please be that. It is. Right, cool. Marrying all those lids up. Stressful, a little. Look how fabulous. And that's just from having a play. I mean, obviously it's going to be very wet now and I need to leave it to dry. Just squish it off a little bit. That will help it dry as well. But I think that looks absolutely incredible. I mean, like, you know, you'd pay a fortune for stuff like that. Oh, heck. Oh, heck. Oh, no, you should see my t-shirt. I've got a tide line. So maybe if you are going to do this, maybe you want to be prepared and cover yourself up. Or just go at it like a bull in a china shop like me. And have fun and see where it goes. So yeah, so I would say go and play. I'm not trying to make all of these things rhyme, you know, it's just the way it's turning out. I feel like this foundry wax needs to come out with a kind of a shiny, oh no, because I don't know whether verdigris shine is shiny really. I just feel like it needs a, maybe I should have put some underneath and it could have shown through. Maybe I'll try that in a different video. So yeah, I don't know. Which is your favourite? Do you like the original or do you like the dab off? So we've got A is the dab off and B is the original. What's your favourite? I'm not going to tell you which one mine is, but you'll be able to tell in my next video when you see what I'm going to use it for. So thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed yourself. Hope it's given you the opportunity, the confidence to go off and play and do your own thing and have great fun and make Play-Doh inside your gloves, because now your talcum powder's turned to like some kind of mush inside. Whatever you want to do, that's fine. But whatever you do, give this video a like, give it a thumbs up if you really liked it. Yeah. Another big favour from me, because like, you know, don't ask for favours very often, but give the video a thumbs up. Make a concerted effort. You know, little tiny me, little tiny channel, give it a thumbs up. That really helps. Comment, tell me whether you like it. I like A, which is the dab off, or B, which is the original, or anything else you want to comment on. Tell me if you're a new subscriber here, and if you are a new subscriber, don't forget to subscribe. If you've come along and you say you're subscribing, you don't subscribe, then you're not subscribed. Make sure you click the notifications to be told whenever a new video comes up, and they're all the things I want from you. That's all. So I will keep giving you great content, and all you need to do for me is just give me a thumbs up and occasionally like it. Well, occasionally, sorry, comment on it. So, and that's all I ask. So thanks very much. I will see you all in the next video. Take care, folks. Go and have a play, and I'll see you very soon. Take care. Bye. Big hugs. I'm going to go and take these gloves off now. Take care. Bye.